Good morning to everyone. We'd like to welcome all of our attendees who are on this meeting. We are very appreciative of your time and sharing your time with us as we are going to provide you the Q1 licensing updates, English examination updates, and as well as immigration updates. I'm joined by one of my sisters, Miss Jean Olivar, and as well as our partners coming from the 9.09 are represented by Ms. Jam, and our partner as well, the Visa Solutions Healthcare, in the person of Sir Nino Columna. So later, they will be giving their talk as well with regards to the updates. So our session today will focus first on the following. So have you started, guys, your NCLEX, or whether you want to go to the Middle East or Australia or Canada? Have you started already your application or your preparation, or are you already on the process of um in your immigration process already, and you have been assisted by whoever recruitment agency or by VSH, or are you already in the process of your English preparation? So which phase are you already in the process? Arlene is coming from Germany. Let me know via the chat box as well. So we are participated by different individuals from different locations. We really appreciate that you are with us, regardless of the time that you have there in your specific location. Thank you so much. So this avenue would be a good one for you to get started on your application and your preparation. But one thing I'd like you to know, that whatever country that you're going to pursue, that's worth pursuing. Maybe that's your first step on your career advancement, or whether you are planning for that long-term goal. Um, so you are on the right phase and on the right time to know the things that you should be able to you should be able to know, so that we can already get started. And at the phase of our life, we have to not just to think about for now, but definitely we have to think long term. So let's get started. So with regards to the application, if ever that you're interested of going to the USA, there are different states that you can actually apply. In the USA, there are 50 states wherein we can apply. However, the first step for us to be able to establish whether you are eligible for that is for us to assess your credentials. Then the moment that we have assessed your credentials, we are now going to advise you as to which state do you want to proceed your application. So the minimum requirement with regards to the USA application is that you just have graduated BSN if you're coming from the Philippines, and if you're outside of the Philippines, so say for example, we have an attendee here coming from India, they can be accepted if they have a diploma in nursing. So the Board of Nursing will be checking on your credentials, and based on their specific policies and procedures, then after their evaluation, they'll be able to provide you an approval. Then the moment that you are already approved for the application, then that's the time that you can be able to sit for the examination in a Pearson View Testing Center. So that's for the USA. So if you are Filipino, at least you should have graduated BSN. So if ever that you have a specific state board wherein you are interested, just let us know so that we can check your credentials, we can provide your requirements, and then we are going to assess whether this one is good for you, or if you have a specific board of nursing that you're interested and it's not one of those recommended states that we can provide to you. So just let us know so that we can help you as well in the assessment of your credentials. So since we are going to talk about the updates, a lot of the nurses are actually choosing New York Board of Nursing. Regine, would you like to share to our audience why there are a lot of nurses who are choosing New York Board of Nursing compared to the other boards of nursing that we are also suggesting to them?
So most of our clients, I think it's like 80% of our clients choose New York Board of Nursing because New York Board of Nursing, the application is valid until you pass, meaning if you fail for one, second time, third time, fourth time, or even the 10th time, some of the nurses failed 8 times, you can still apply for the NCLEX. The application is valid until you pass, but then if you if it reached 5 years and you did not pass yet, we just have to provide them the updated form one. And also they don't need criminal background check, they don't need credential evaluation, so it's kind of cheaper state compared to other states. And it is, you can take the NCLEX every 45 days if you want, as soon as you are ready to retake the exam. So that's why New York is the number one state that we are recommending. So the other state, so I think there are some beginners who are attending right now. So the topmost states that we are processing, number one is New York, second is Illinois. So for Illinois Board of Nursing, we need credential evaluation from CGFNS or from Joseph Silney, and we can also use your, if you pass the CGFNS qualifying exam long time ago, because some of the nurses long time ago has taken the CGFNS qualifying exam, we can use that one, or we can use the visa screen also. And with Illinois, the application is valid for 3 years. You can retake every 45 days if you want, and up to 3 years time. There is no limit up to like even 10 times, 20 times, as soon as you pass within 3 years time. And the next one that we recommended is New Mexico. Right now, the application is valid for 1 year. We need credential evaluation for New Mexico also. We need uh, background check. So the application and background check is valid for 1 year. But the thing is, with New Mexico, you can take 5 times within 3 years only. The application is valid for, as I said, 1 year, and the nurse must pass the NCLEX within 1 year prior to the expiry of the application. The CES is valid for 3 years. The other one that we are recommending is Michigan. We need credential evaluation. If you have CP or if you pass the CGFNS qualifying exam before, we can use that one too. And we need credential evaluation, we need fingerprinting for Michigan. And the only thing also for Michigan is that you can retake it for only 3 times. If you if if for the fourth time that you will take, you need to have a refresher course. So that's the topmost states that we are processing right now with our clients.
So thank you, Ms. Jean. For the beginners who haven't have decided as to which state do you want to get started on your application, no problem, because we are going to guide you. So long as you intend to take the NCLEX, then we will be providing you assistance from the time of your application until we will be able to schedule you in a Pearson VUE testing center. There might also some terminologies that Ms. Jean mentioned, but don't worry, these terminologies might not be familiar to you, but don't be overwhelmed. Don't get confused with this. We are going to assist you from the time that you're going to get started with us. So as we mentioned, there are a lot of candidates who have taken New York, and the moment that they are done with their examination, just to let you know as well that so long as you pass the NCLEX, so you already have either you have an automatic license, which will be issued by a license, an active license, which will be issued by the board or depending on their protocol, because some of the boards will not issue automatically the license. So it depends. So your past result for the NCLEX is valid unless it will be revoked. So there's so long as you also have your license, there's a specific validity for the license, then we just have to renew it. So you don't have to think like, it's only valid for 5 years or 3 years, so you don't need to sit for another examination again for the NCLEX, so long as you already have it. And the good thing about it as well is that it can be used for Canada, it can be used for Australia, it can also be used in some Gulf countries for the exemption. So it's like hitting a lot of birds with just one stone. So it's a very good investment if you're going to proceed with this one. So with regards to the update, previously the New York Board of Nursing was issuing the pass letter. What was the reason why there was a change with the issuance of the pass letter, Ms. Jean, that they no longer provide the candidate report to the processing agencies?
Yeah, so last February 15, 2025, New York Board of Nursing was no longer providing the candidate report. The candidate report is the page wherein there is a picture, there is your picture on that. That's when you take the exam in Pearson VUE, they will take your picture, right? And so that candidate report was discontinued by the New York Board of Nursing because the first page that they're issuing is the certification. And they said that all the information that was in the candidate report is already reflected in the certification. For AHPRA, for those nurses who are applying for license also in Australia, the New York Board of Nursing is directly sending that certification. They also don't provide the candidate report, only the certification, the first page. They are sending it through email to the Australian board.
So from time to time, guys, there are a lot of changes that the Board of Nursing will implement. Maybe it's either the fees that they're going to increase, maybe the protocols that they are going to they require from you. Maybe they're needing a refresher course or whatever it is. It depends on them. So we are really reliant and we are really dependent on the changes of the Board of Nursing. And that's the reason why we wanted to encourage everyone that if ever that this is your goal that you are planning, so let's get started so that we will not be affected by the changes that will be implemented in on a later date. So moving on to Texas Board of Nursing, this is one of actually the boards of nursing that we are recommending before. However, there was also a change on Texas Board of Nursing that they are going to increase the required hours with regards to the clinical and theory hours. I think so. Ms. Jean, can you provide more information? What change has been made with regards to the hours that is required by Texas Board of Nursing?
Yes, before we are actually highly recommending Texas Board of Nursing, but then I think 2 years or 3 years ago, they have increased the number of hours for maternal and child nursing. They have like 15 hours theoretical hours that they need, and also like psychiatric and pediatric. So they have increased the hours on those in the credential evaluation. So some of our nurses who are graduates from the Philippines have deficiencies on those. So from then on, we have stopped doing the NCLEX for Texas Board of Nursing. So what we do now is, if you want, we can start NCLEX New York, and then after you pass, we will just endorse it to Texas if you are going to Texas.
However, there are also some applicants who want to take the risk. So depending on your risk appetite, depending on your preference, if you really prefer that we are going to push through with this application, we will just let us know. We will just let you know what are the risks that will be involved. And if you ever that you want to take a risk on this application, on this Board of Nursing, we are going to set the right expectations with you so that you are well aware as to the possible consequences. But regardless, if ever that we are going to encounter deficiency, there are still resolutions that we can come up and we'll be able to provide you information as to how we can resolve it. So we're just going to continue providing you assistance if ever that this is the choice that you are going to make. So with regards to California, a lot of nurses are actually also very interested of going to California. And the reason why is because there are a lot of, I think, Filipino families or even a lot of nurses, and definitely the pay there is high. So if there are nurses who are interested on this one, we just need to have your primary requirement, which is your social security number. For the nurses who doesn't have the social security number, then we cannot proceed with the application for California. But there are nurses who already have the social security number. So those are the ones that we can proceed. If ever that you are intending to go to this specific state, and if you don't have the social security number yet, we're going to apply you through a different board. And then after that you have already obtained the social security number, then that's when we can get started on the application. So right now, the update is that the PRC holders are no longer required to undergo the PRC verification. This is one of the good things because part of the requirements of a specific board of nursing, depending on their protocol, it can be that they will be needing a license of verification coming from the candidates. So the protocols that they are implementing will differ from one board of nursing to another. There are boards wherein you need to have a refresher course, a license of verification, or social security number, or English examination. So it really depends. So we are just going to follow. And that's the reason why I was telling earlier that you let us know which board of nursing do you want to proceed. And then we're going to let you also know what are the requirements that will be needed for us to get started on that board of nursing. So for Texas Board of Nursing, there are just some things that the licensing authority here in the Philippines will be requiring coming from the candidate. So these things will be informed to you as well if ever that you're going to get started with our processing through IPAS. So with the CGFNS, Ms. Jean, would you like to share this information to our candidates? I think this is a good news.
Yeah, for the PTE, because they have changed it. So from 50 before, they increased it to 63, and now they reverted to 50 now. So it is a good update from CGFNS. By the way, the CGFNS is not known as CGFNS anymore. They have changed their name into True Merit. But
So
everything is still the same. When you log into the portal, even if you put like cgfns.org, you will be forwarded to like truemerit.org. It's everything is still the same though.
So it's just a rebranding of their company, but as to protocols, policies, procedures, the everything has been the same. So the involvement of your English language proficiency examination is will be on after that you are done with your examination. So the moment that we're going to get started on your NCLEX, there is no need for us to submit an English language proficiency exam. However, there are boards in which the English language proficiency exam will be needed. But right now, most of the boards of nursing will not require us to submit an English language proficiency exam. So if ever the board will require us to have an English language proficiency exam, that's also the time that we also provide you information as to what English examination will be needed. So after you're done with your NCLEX, we can endorse you to our partner 9.09er so that you can have your review program so that you will be well guided on your preparation for your English examination and so that you can easily make it on your English language proficiency examination. So there are different English examinations that will be accepted by by True Merit. So it can be PTE, it can be IELTS, Michigan English Test, OET, TOEIC, TOEFL. So there was a change with regards to the score before, and then they have reverted it back to 50, which is a good thing. So that's only for PTE. If we are going to talk about the license endorsement as well, moving forward on your next steps after the visa screen, so that's when we are going to now check whether that English language that state wherein we are applying for the license endorsement is a state wherein there is an English language proficiency examination that will be a requirement. So during the time, the ones that we have used for the previous procedure can now also be used for the English language requirement. But it depends as to what will be accepted by that state as to what is their requirement for the English language proficiency examinations. Because there are cases when what we used in the previous procedure as to your English language examination may not be accepted by the state board where we are going to now do the license endorsement for you. So that incurs additional cost on your end, additional preparation on your end. But generally speaking, the ones which are being accepted, the ones which is being accepted is the IELTS. All of the states will be accepting the IELTS, and Michigan English Test is also working hard on being accredited by a lot of the boards of nursing. So that's something that you have to think about as well after your NCLEX, that you cannot escape English language proficiency examination. Now, moving on to the license endorsement. Ms. Jean, when are we going to need the license endorsement? If you can share to our audience.
Okay, so if, let's say, for example, you pass NCLEX through New York Board of Nursing, or if you pass NCLEX through Illinois Board of Nursing, and then your license has been issued. But then when you apply to the recruitment agency, but you're not going to Texas, you're not going to Illinois. So if your license is New York and you're going to, let's say, Michigan, then we will do the endorsement of your license from New York to Michigan. So that's where you will be needing us. So in case you need our assistance, just let us know. So for those license endorsements from to other states, we can help you with that. So just let us know what state are you going to be deployed later on.
So with regards to the license endorsement to Michigan, there are boards wherein we will be needing a credential evaluation. That's when we that's when we are going to assist you and provide you information as to which provider we can use with regards to the credential evaluation. There are also times wherein the Board of Nursing can be able to accept a visa screen. So this is one of the procedures that we have mentioned earlier, but there are also boards wherein they are not going to accept a visa screen certification. So it really depends on the Board of Nursing. We're going to provide you guidance as to what will be accepted, what cannot be accepted. So this is the latest update coming from a Michigan Board of Nursing. So with regards to the deficiency of or requirements for the endorsement to California. So recently, there has been some observations that we have seen that during the endorsement, there is an additional explanation for the applicants who graduated during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, you remember that there are a lot of nurses who were not able to experience clinical duties because of the event. So the Board of Nursing has provided this update that they need to be able to provide, the applicant needs to be able to provide an explanation as to what happened. Was there a class that was administered or was taken by the applicant? So there is a communication coming from the institution or the college or the university, and it has to be provided to California Board of Nursing. If there are hours, how many hours were completed, if there was a refresher course, to explain whether what was done with regards to the clinical hours, that will be a requirement by California Board of Nursing. So just letting you know that there has been some observations that we have seen this one. There are applicants wherein they were accepted, and there were also applicants that they were not be able, the ones that was provided to the board was not accepted. So, with regards to the new service, we also have our endorsement to Delaware. So, the same with the NCLEX, there are 50 states, and the endorsement to another state can be done so long as you have already made it on your NCLEX. So, the endorsement procedure cannot be initiated if the NCLEX application wasn't done yet. So we need you to pass first because we are going to do step-by-step procedure. So first, you have to do the NCLEX, which is typically around, for the beginners, you're going to a lot of time for about a year because that involves application and also preparation for your next generation NCLEX review program, which can be provided by IPAS as well. And then after which, then we're going to endorse it to a recruitment agency. Say, for example, if you're interested with one of our partners, that's a Visa Solutions Healthcare, and then they're going to now start the immigration process for you, and then they're going to advise you with the next steps, such as your visa screen and your license endorsement. So you have to be able to know that this time frame can be quite a lot. So we need you to have patience as well on this one. We have to look at it as as our long-term plan. And that's the reason why there are also some nurses who might be going to another country before they will go to their destination. Okay, one of the questions coming from our audience here is about the age limit. What do you think about it, Miss Jean? Are you seeing nurses who are already like 50, 60 there who are still working in the USA?
Yes, definitely. There is no age limit here in the US. So, unlike in the Philippines, that if you are already like in the 50s, I don't think some of the companies will hire you. But here in the US, if you are still able, if you're if even we have nurses who passed the NCLEX. She's already like 65, 60 years old, and she passed NCLEX, and she still want to come here in the US. So to answer your question, there is no age limit as long as you can perform the task well, physically, emotionally, intellectually, or whatever there. As long as you can do your job, there is no age limit here in the US.
So there is no age discrimination. Unlike other countries, say for example, for the purpose of permanent residency, there can be limitations with regards to the age if you are going to apply to Australia. So that's a very good news if ever that you are going to pursue with the USA because there is no age limit. We actually had our student who made it on her NCLEX, even though she was already 63 years old. There can be a challenge with regards to probably information absorption as to the preparation of the NCLEX. But I think so long as you're very determined with your goal, I think you can be able to make it. So Angelina, no worries. So we can be able to help you with regards to your preparation. And there is no doubt that we can be able to make it so long as there is commitment and there is discipline coming from the applicant. And also patience is very needed on this goal. Now, moving on to our application on the Australia. So Australia for the nurses, there can be two ways. Actually, there are two pathways that we can assist you. It's either for the IQRN or IQNM. For the IQRN, those will be for nurses who will be needing ankle spurs and then OSCE and then license application, and then you will be we can endorse it to our onboarding company agency partner, which is the OSPAT, who can help you with things as well. With the IQNM, this is the recently launched program by AHPRA, in which there are 6 countries that are NMBA approved, in which you don't need to sit for the NCLEX and for the OSCE, so long as you are already working on those countries. So either way, that can be possible for the applicants. For the IQNM, if ever that you are working already currently as a nurse in countries like Singapore, Spain, Ireland, UK, USA, and there is another one. I forgot what is the other one, but these 6 countries, if ever you are working, that you can provide at least a minimum of 1 year, then we are going to go through the new pathway. But if ever that you are not yet on that specific countries, which I have mentioned, the 6 countries, then we need to be able to go through their OBA pathway, in which you can be able to become a nurse in Australia, so long as we're going to start with an NCLEX application, and then after which we're going to also help you prepare for your OSCE through our partnership with Nurse Assist International. And then we are going to assist you for your license registration. So if we are going to compare Australia and USA, you might also be thinking, what would be the good one that I will pursue? Is it Australia or is it USA? It really depends on you as well, because maybe you are thinking, maybe you have some considerations. Say, for example, you have families already in Australia. But with regards to the cost, as to the licensing application, the cost that will be involved on the NCLEX per se for AHPRA, that is way lesser compared to the USA. But if we are going to also calculate the cost, if we are going to involve OSCE, license registration, then the Australia processing or Australia application is quite higher compared to the USA application. For the USA, the ones that will be that you are going to invest will be your NCLEX application, and as well as the preparation for your next generation NCLEX for the review program. And after you are done with that NCLEX and the review program, then the next procedures it might be self-funded, or it can be sponsored by a recruitment agency. So immigration things with regards to USA, there will be no cost that will be involved there. So if ever that you are weighing between Australia and USA, it would be good if you are going to break down the cost that will be involved, not only on the process of the NCLEX, but the totality, including the OSCE and as well as the license registration and also the immigration things, so that you'll be able to come up with a decision as to which one you prefer. However, the new process now, whether it's OBA or IQNM process, is actually way lesser compared to the previous years, wherein the applicant needs to have a certain bridging program or study program so that an applicant can become a nurse. So this one is way lesser. With KAPS Australia, this is actually for the pharmacists. So they have already changed, because we also have an assistance for pharmacists. They have also changed their name. It's no longer KAPS, but it's OPRA. It's Overseas Pharmacist Readiness Assessment. So not only that we are assisting nurses for Australia, but also for the pharmacists, and we are also in partnership with the review program provider for the OPRA or the KAPS. Now, for those applicants who are interested for Australia, there has also been a change with regards to their website. So as of this point, as of yesterday, there are still some bugs that which are being resolved by AHPRA. So there's a lot of queries coming from those applicants, a lot of problems that are still being encountered right now. So if you are one of our clients, or if ever that you are applying, you are planning to apply for this one, we just need you to have patience as well, because there are a lot of bugs that they have been resolving as of this time. Definitely, it's a normal reaction to the applicants who might be worried about, is everything going already? It's everything has been continued. And this is because there's a lot of concerns being received by AHPRA staff as well. So they're still resolving these concerns with regards to the new update that they have. So the latest one that they have launched is that one, the IQNM procedure, in which those who are eligible will not need NCLEX anymore and will not need OSCE. Now, moving forward for the Middle East update, there is the good news with regards to the Middle East. So for the Middle East, IPAS is assisting for Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi. A lot of the applicants are applying for Dubai. And the most recent update that we can provide to you is that with regards to HAAD application, previously it was HAAD and they changed it to DOH. So if ever that the candidate is a fresh graduate, then we can be able to assist you. They just need you to have your PRC license. Okay? So you have to pass your PNLE, in which this PNLE review program is already being added by IPAS as well on the review services that we have. So we now have program which will be changed also to hybrid setup. So previously we started in January and that's online. Now we already have our hybrid setup, which will be started by July in preparation for the November aspiring PHRNs. So if ever that you already have your license, then we can assist you as long as you don't have a 2 years gap coming from the graduation. So the experience will not be a problem anymore. Okay, so previously they needed you to have the 2 years experience. Now, so long as you are a fresh graduate. So this is a good thing for a fresh graduate. So Jata, no problem. And then we also have our Saudi license renewal, Saudi license registration, and Saudi exam application. Then we can also assist you on your Mumaris account retrieval. So those are the things that we can provide you update. Is there anything with regards to your application or your current plans that you want any clarification? May it be for the USA, Australia, or Canada. We are also being joined by some of our staff here in IBAS. So with regards to Canada, so if ever that you have you were assisted by IPAS on your NCLEX USA, it can actually be endorsed to Canada. So there are also different territories in Canada. So we are assisting, I think, 3 or 4, British Columbia, Nova Scotia, and there is another one. And then if ever that you want to proceed your application directly to Canada, we can also provide you assistance. It's the same process that you as an applicant, you will be needing an NCLEX so that you can work as an RN in Canada. So what if I have already taken my NCLEX in the USA? Can it be used for Canada? Do I need other things? Do I need to study? So it also depends on the requirement of Canada. From time to time, we are seeing changes on the requirements set by Canada. So you just have to communicate with us if ever that there is additional requirement. But what we can tell you is that if ever that you have already done your NCLEX, then it can be used either by Canada, either by Australia, or in the Middle East. With regards to the UK application, yes, we also provide assistance for UK application. After that, you are done with your examination, we are going to assist you on the application. And then after you're done with your examination, then we are also going to endorse you to our partner who can assist you as your employer. You will have your CBT and also your OSCE after your CBT, but your OSCE will be taken in the UK. So we don't have a service for the OSCE review or the CBT review, but what we can assist you is your application for the examination for the CBT. When will I start to study? For example, I have chosen New York. Okay, so if ever that you have already started your application with us or IPAS is already assisting you on your application for any board of nursing, we also advise you to simultaneously start your preparation for the review program. So the next generation NCLEX can also be provided to you by IPAS. We have assisted on more than 13,000 of students already in our program, and VSH Solution is one of those partners who also provides scholarship for the review program for the next generation NCLEX. So if ever that you have started, we suggest that you also have to start already on your preparation, because the time that you have to allocate for your preparation for the examination will be around 5 to 6 months. That's the usual preparation that we see coming from our students who made it on their examination, so that you don't have to cram on your preparation. There's a lot of things that will be involved with regards to your preparation. First, you have to have concept mastery, and then you're going to move forward with the Q banks. So it's not good that you're going to start first with your Q bank. If it's possible for you to juggle your work, your responsibilities, and as well as to prepare for your NCLEX, then that's good. So there's a lot of things that will be involved on your preparation. So we treat it in a holistic way. That's why we don't want that the student will be cramming on their preparation and just study for about a month or 2 months. So it will really depend as well on the availability with regards to the students' circumstance, because there are students who are studying and at the same time working. So you have to be able to consider that. And there are also students who can allocate like 4 hours within the day for their preparation for their NCLEX. So that's when you have to plan your preparation. And don't worry, because the moment that you get started with our review program as well, you will have your coach who's going to assist you on your study plan and is going to plan out the things so that the things will go well with regards to your preparation. So our review program is a 3 months duration per cycle. And then, if ever that you are interested of still going to continue your preparation, there is no problem. I can also, we can provide you the unlimited. Right now, we have the unlimited review program for the next generation NCLEX. So you can actually inquire to us as well if ever that you want to get started on your review program already. Let me check if Miss Jam is already here. Miss Jam will be the representative. Yes, Miss Jam is already here.
Hi, Miss Rachel. I'm happy to see you again. Thank you so much for inviting 9.09er. Hi, everybody. I know it's early or late for some. Thank you so much for joining. And, having you here means that you are ready or even persistent to really reach your goals. And I'm here to talk about just a few things. I am going to share my screen. And before anything else, my name is Jam Gallardo. And I am the National Business Development Manager of 9.09er. I think you may have seen me a couple of times already, and wearing my orange shirt and discussing things about Niners. So here we go. All right, let me start. So this is the first question. We are an English speaking country. Of course, I know how to speak in English, but why do I need to review? Right? If if you feel like I think I don't need any review, this is why you need to review. Every examination has its, different questions, different techniques on how to get your proficiency in English. So it's not that you have to go back to the basics and study all the grammar and whatnot, but it's just a refresher course. Of course, we have already taken all our necessary English classes, but it's best that you refresh yourself, study some more to review some of the things that these exams have, right? So the next question is, why 9.09? There are a lot of English review centers there. Why would you choose us? Now, except for the fact that IPAS and Niner has been, in partnership for the longest time, let me point out a few details. We have been number one for more than a decade already. In fact, we have just celebrated our 18th anniversary yesterday. So what do you mean by number one for more than a decade? It means that we have been producing students who have taken the examination with exemplary results. Exceptional lecturers and coaches, yes, we do. We have that as well. That's why we call ourselves 9.09er, because it's one of the prerequisite actually before you come into and work for Niner. You have to have at least 1.9.0, or which is the perfect score for IELTS. All of our lecturers and coaches have taken the examination before they can give lectures or even coach you. We have more than 40 branches nationwide. Now, for those of you who are not yet, how do you call this, not yet that comfortable in just, taking online review, we have 40 branches where you can have face-to-face classes. Now, for those of you I know who are not that strong to brave the Manila traffic or wherever you are to go to your review center, we do have a very good comprehensive online dashboard equipped with complete review materials. And lastly, we have a foolproof appointment system for writing and speaking coaching session. Now, I will talk about that later on. Now, I'd like to talk about our online dashboard. Now, this has been in the market for, I think, going 4 years now. We started during the pandemic. So we have the online dashboard that you can just open anytime you want. So for iPass clients, we'll be giving unlimited access with unlimited coaching sessions with a discounted price. Now, what will you get when you have the access to our online dashboard? Number one, you'll have unlimited online access to all our resources, which includes the daily live webinars. Classes vary from one course to the other. Sometimes, like for example, for instance, for IELTS, classes starts from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., same as OET. For PTE, it's just in the evening, and MET as well. You will have unlimited access to our pre-recorded major lectures, pre-recorded intensive classes, and master classes. Now, note that the pre-recorded classes are perfect for those who are not, who are very busy and may not be able to catch up with the schedule of our live webinars. Pre-recorded ones, you can open that anytime you want, and then just pause it if you're busy. And then we also included supplemental lessons with pre-recorded classes. And you can also download the modules. You can print it out and you can answer for those who prefer to take the examination with pen and paper. For computer-based examination or mock exams, I will discuss that later. And you'll also have access to the online mock exams. So again, skill building is a key here at 9.09er. We don't just, bombard you with a lot of handouts, modules. What you will see when you enter the live webinars and online mock exams is that we will really actually test you for your skills, and will constantly give you exercises. Right. Okay. Now, these are, Miss Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, these are the examinations that they can take on their journey.
Yes, Rija.
Yes, that's correct. We have IELTS, PTE, MET, and TOEIC, and I'm very happy to announce that we at 9.09er, we have all of this review classes. So like what I've mentioned earlier, the schedule just varies from each subject. Right. Now, I'd just like to give you a very quick overview of what you can do when you start with your review. This is a simple review guide. So start with your major lectures, and then like what I mentioned earlier, you'll have content classes, common mistake classes, and skills enhancements. These are the supplemental lessons. And again, since this is a skill building review, you'll have to do exercises, mock exams, and most importantly, coaching. This is actually what we boast here at 9.09. Our coaching sessions are really the should I say, the reason for the passing of the exams of our clients or our students. It is through coaching sessions where they know they know where to focus their review on. So on coaching sessions, you will be guided by our coaches on writing and speaking. By the way, those are the two examinations which are very difficult to review on your own. So you need professionals to be with you and coach you. Now, after quite some time, you may book your examination once you get the desired band scores already doing your mock exams and coaching. But if you're not yet confident, no worries. That's why we have unlimited access. So you can just go back and focus to, maybe a specific subtest that you are having difficulties with. All right. I won't be able to show this because my time is limited here. I just like all of you to see how easy it is to book your one-on-one coaching sessions. Sorry. Now for IELTS, we have 20-minute sessions, but it's different for PTE, MET, and TOEIC. Those examinations will give you 1 hour session per day. Now, the reason behind that is it's a computer-based exam. So we'll have to teach you the interface as well, right? So all you have to do is just click book and then choose a coach and a time and date for that, and that's it. All right, now I'd like to discuss briefly all the things that you can enjoy this 2025. We have launched our AI-generated writing assessment program for both IELTS and PTE last year, and we have included new materials for this year. And this is on top of the review program or review fee that you will be having initially. So if you feel like you need more, you can avail this. This is 1,500 applicable for 2 months. For IELTS, you'll be able to assess all your writings for 2 months. All of those are unlimited. For PTE, it's not just the writing assessment program, but you'll be able to take mock exams. You'll have 10 mock exams, 10 questions for each subtest, and 5,000 questions, like bank questions, for all of the subtests as well, right? Next is, I'd like to inform everybody also that apart from our review, we also have IELTS discounted exam fees. And we do have IELTS test centers, most of which we are in partnership with IPAS. When you take the IELTS examination in one of our test centers, you'll have more discount, but we'll give discounts actually for everybody. All you have to do is to email us at exams@nineronlinereview.com or simply send us a message through our Facebook page. Right. It's the same for the PTE. We also have PTE discounted exam fee. If I'm not mistaken, the discount is up to 700 to 1,000 pesos, depending on the exchange rate. Now for MET, we also have discounted exam fee, and we have 12 testing centers for MET in partnership, of course, with IPAS for some of the test centers. For TOEIC, we have review and we have testing centers as well. Now, for the testing centers of TOEIC, we just have Makati, Batangas, and Imus. Right. Now, if you want to contact us, again, just send us a message through our Facebook page. You can watch all our videos, clips, and you can actually learn a lot from those on our YouTube page. And you can check out our website at www.nineronlinereview.com. Just a few things left. We do have our old Shopee books. This is IELTS Band 9 Essay Writing Guide and IELTS Band 7 Speaking Guide. Both are written. Were written by one of our lecturers. One of those, I think writing was written by Sir Brian, who got a 9 across all of this examination and all the subtests for IELTS, PTE, and OET. And we also recently launched our new books. This is quite different because you'll have a compilation, and we have also included audio files for you to really practice your listening exam. So we have IELTS, we have the Ultimate Guide to OET, and we also have the Ultimate Guide to MET. All of those you can purchase on our Shopee link, which is HTTPS Shopee TH Niner online. Now, this one of these books, you might win one of these books right now. But before I select the winner, please register to get 1 week platinum for free. You'll be able to experience how the online dashboard works. You can check some of the, actually, you can take the mock exams already there. Please scan, and we'll be able to activate your account in 3 to 5 days. If you haven't had any email from us, or you haven't received any email from us, please feel free to email me. I will add my email address to the chat box. Dan Gallardo at lineronlinereview.com. Let me know if you haven't received any so I can check with our processing team.
Thank you, Ms. Jam, for the generosity. There's no other review center that is better than 9.09er with regards to the preparation of your English examination. So if you are already on the process or on the step that you'll be needing your English exam, please go to none other than 9.09er. Thank you, Ms. Jam. Now, I'd like to introduce you to the partnerships manager of the Visa Solutions Healthcare, is going to provide us updates and information with regards to your goal after that you are done with your NCLEX. I'd like to welcome Sir Nino Columna. Sir, over to you.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Again, my name is Nino Columna, and I am the Partnerships Manager of Visa Solutions Healthcare. First of all, I would like to um, say thank you to IPAS Processing and for inviting us in this session. So again, thank you so much everyone for attending this session, to Miss Rachel Olivar and to Miss Jean as well. And again, my name is Nino Columna from Visa Solutions Healthcare. All right, so let me introduce our company. I have been hearing a lot of saying like or Miss Rachel and Miss Jam, who are saying that they are going to support your application in the United States or wherever countries you prefer, right? But the question here, guys, is how are you going to start your application to these countries? All right. And Visa Solutions Healthcare is here to help you to take your career to the next level in the United States. All right. So Visa Solutions Healthcare has been in the industry, or Visa Solutions has been in the industry for 15 years. We initially started recruiting skilled workers, and Visa Solutions saw the demand of healthcare professionals in the United States. That's why Visa Solutions Healthcare was established. So we are in this industry for 3 years already, and we are recruiting over 100 plus countries. And Visa Solutions Healthcare is present in 7 offices worldwide. All right. So we have, or we are recruiting here in the Philippines, in Middle East, in Kenya, or in South Africa, in Europe, in the United States, of course, in Mexico, and in Canada as well. All right. So Visa Solutions Healthcare has been partnered with BMW recruitment agencies such as ABA Personal Services, PNI International, and IPAMS. So I'm pretty sure for some of you, if you are in the VSH program, I'm pretty sure all of you are in one of these agencies. And just to delineate our roles, so these agencies that you can see in your screen right now are the Philippine registered companies under DMW. So Visa Solutions Healthcare, yes, we are present here in the Philippines, but we are not required or we are not allowed to recruit Filipino nurses directly, but instead we are getting healthcare professionals from these agencies. All right, so I hope that that's clear. So apart from those agencies, we are also partnered with IPAS Processing, and heard that Miss Rachel was able to mention a while ago that for some of you, or we were able to endorse students, all right, or recruits who are non-NCLEX passers to have their NCLEX review through IPAS processing. And we are also partnered with 9.09er. This is the only IELTS review and tutorial services that we were able to partner with. So we are also partnered with British Council for your IELTS exam. And of course, we are also partnered with OET, depending on your preference for your English language. All right. So this is the most important slide that I would like to discuss. So, Visa Solutions Healthcare is following a direct placement model. So, it means that you are going to be hired by the US facilities. So, I would like to reiterate that Visa Solutions Healthcare and the partner agencies are not your employers, but instead, we are going to give you the liberty to choose which hospital and which state you would like to be employed. All right. So with Visa Solutions Healthcare, since we are following the direct placement model, we are going to provide you excellent compensation and benefits. How? Because all of our partner U.S. hospitals across United States will give you 100% of your compensation and benefits. So that includes your basic salary, that includes your premium. What are the premiums? These are the overtime pay, the night shift differential, the holiday pay, the weekend pay if they have that, if they have retirement plan, for example, if they do have health and medical insurance as well. So all of those will be given to you. All right. Plus, since we are following the direct placement model, Visa Solutions Healthcare will help you to obtain your EB3 or employment-based visa for your family, for you and your family to legally live and work in the United States. All right. Bring your spouse in the United States and bring your children below 21 years old. Okay. And of course, renew your residency after 10 years and apply for American citizenship after 5 years. All right. So with Visa Solutions Healthcare, there are different and unlimited career pathways. If you are a nurse, you can pursue your career as a nurse anesthetics. You can pursue your career to level up your career depending on your goals, all right? And Visa Solutions Healthcare is or will going to shoulder the review and exam of your English language test and review and exam of your nursing license or your NCLEX, all right? So for some of you who are under VSH program, they are reaping already this kind of service that we are offering. There are lots of services and offers of against other or from other agencies as well. But with Visa Solutions Healthcare partnering with iPass Processing and 9.09er, I am very confident that you are in the good hands of these agencies, and of course with Visa Solutions Healthcare. Immigration support, Visa Solutions Healthcare will process and will help you all throughout your journey from your application going to um, your deployment in the United States. You're not going to pay anything because Visa Solutions Healthcare will pay everything for your application. We are going to pay for your attorney costs. We are going to pay for your visa screen. We are going to pay for your NMC, for your NVC, right? On top of the services that I have mentioned a while ago, like the um, review and exam of your English language and your NCLEX. We are also going to pay for your first month utilities in the United States. We are going to help you source for your um, for your first car. All right, because in the United States you need credit scores. for you to have loans. And Business Solutions Healthcare is here to help you to obtain all of those. All right. We are going to pay for your airfare ticket from Philippines going to your employer destination. We are going to source for your housing options, and we are going to reimburse 1,000 US dollars once you arrive in the United States. So all of those will be discussed by our talent relations advocate team once you are already in the VSH program. So relocation and transition assistance, we are going to offer international nurses relocation assistance, including cultural transition support. So that includes body system. We are going to introduce you to your hospital. We are going to introduce you to your department. If ever you are in med surge, we are going to introduce you with the team, with your boss, and we are going to introduce you to your Filipino fellow nurses in the United States once you are there in the United States, right? So, uh, how are you going to qualify in our program? First is that you should be a graduate of a Bachelor of Science in nursing nursing in your country, all right? Plus, you hold a nursing license in your home country as well. You should have at least 2 years of nursing experience or more, depending on client specialty requirement, all right? And you will be able to pass your NCLEX. So apart from the assessment that iPass processing is giving you, we with Visa Solutions Healthcare is also, or we do have also assessment for us to gauge if you are ready to take your NCLEX. And that is what we call Archer baseline test. In line with the coordination of IPAS team, we were able to identify if you are ready to take your NCLEX. You need to take the Archer baseline test. It's a quite quick assessment for you, for us to identify if you are ready. And last requirement is you should be able to obtain at least 3 reference letters or employment certificates that is needed for us to process your immigration uh, papers. So what are the vacancies that we have? So currently we are in need of general medical, surgical, medical or cardiac telemetry, ICU or CVICU, ER or ED, cardiac cath lab. We are also looking for medical pulmonology and nephrology, surgical orthopedic oncology, ICU step down slash high dependency unit or PCU, and skilled nursing facilities. We are currently looking for these nurses to be deployed in um, North Dakota, in Washington, and in Alaska. So if you are, I know it that is summer here in the Philippines. So if you are a fan of cold weather, Alaska is the best place for you to level up your career. So this is Jasmine. She is one of our deployed nurses in Hendrick Health. Hendrick Health is located in Texas. I'm pretty sure Miss Jean is aware of Hendrick Health because she's in Texas as well. By the way, Visa Solutions Healthcare is located in Houston, Texas. All right, so our office is there. So I hope that our ongoing nurses, and if you are still interested, to pursue your career in the United States, Visa Solutions Healthcare is here to help you to land your career in the United States. And just to share with everyone, we are indeed looking for lots of nurses. In the United States, the projection of hiring of healthcare professionals is 300 plus nurses in the United States across the states. All right. So we with Visa Solutions Healthcare is recruiting lots of Filipino nurses through our partner agencies. And just to reiterate, you are not competitors. All right. So just like what you can see in your screen right now, this is our recruitment event with IPAMS and ABA Personal Services. I believe IPAS processing was there as well. They were able to meet all of these nurses. And in this event, all right, we were able to hire. We just didn't interview and endorse them to Hendrick Health, but we were able to hire them. Like we were able to hire 300 nurses in just this event. All right. So the first picture was with IPAMS. This is in Kansas City. It was held in their office. The lower picture that you can see here was held in Tacloban. All right. You can see here that these foreign nationals are the Hendrick Health team. All right. So I'm not sure if iPass processing was able to attend this Tacloban event. All right. The fourth pictures on the upper right corner was with ABA Personal Services. This was in Davao, this was in Cebu, and this is in their office here in Manila. If you are interested to pursue your career with Visa Solutions Healthcare, submit your resume to us or to me, and I'm going to refer you to IPAMS, to ABA, and to PNI. And I hope that you are interested to level up your career in the United States. I know that there are different options and a lot of unlimited options for you, especially if you are a healthcare professional. So Visa Solutions Healthcare, together with iPass Processing and 9.09er, is here to help you, to guide you all through of your journey in the United States. And don't forget to like our social media for you to get your updates in the United States, including retrogression. We are posting there the visa bulletin updates as well. Follow us in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just scan the QR code that you can see here and hope to process your application with Visa Solutions.
Thank you,
Thank
Sir
you.
Nino. One of the very generous partners that we also have is the Visa Solutions Healthcare. Guys, it's just a very limited recruitment agencies out there who's actually providing scholarship with regards to your review program. So if ever that you're interested of going to the USA, there can be, as what Sir Nino mentioned, there can be a lot of countries that you can choose from. But if ever that you're interested of going to the USA as your long-term goal, now is the best time to get started and have it started with the Visa Solutions Healthcare, because they are one of the most trusted recruitment agencies out there. So thank you so much, Sir Nino. You might be probably thinking about, should I be starting now? Because I'm seeing that there's a very little movement with regards to the visa bulletin. Should I make a move now, or should I make a move later on? So this is actually one of the things that the candidates might be thinking about. Actually, the process of your NCLEX will take time. You are going to allocate, as what I've mentioned, you're going to allocate a year. And then you also have to think about the visa screen, and then you also have to think about license endorsement. So for those of you who are interested of going to the USA, take note that the waiting time, if ever that you are already done with your NCLEX, can be about 2 to 2.5 to 3 years. So that can be quite lengthy, but with regards to the NCLEX application, you already have to get started, because you cannot escape starting on your NCLEX, because that is a prerequisite. These procedures, such as your NCLEX, your preparation for your review for your to pass, the visa screen, and the license endorsement, are those prerequisite requirements before you can be able to land in the USA. So the good thing is we can be able to process all of these documentations and procedures, so that once your priority date will already be current, then you don't have to think about if I'm already done with this or not yet, because everything has already been accomplished. And that's the reason why we are encouraging everybody, if ever that you're interested, to get started as soon as possible. If resources are already available, then get started, because as what I've mentioned also earlier, there can be changes of fees, policies, procedures to different boards of nursings, and that's the reason why we don't want to be affected. For example, there can be changes on the English language requirements, so this can hinder us to pursue or like accomplish the things that we need to be able to pursue at the soonest time possible if there are changes. So these changes are inevitable, and we cannot control those because we are dependent on the policies and the procedures of the boards of nursing. So let's take advantage that now it's still lenient with regards to the procedures. And as what Sir Nino mentioned, there's a lot of opportunities out there. So let's grab the opportunity because we don't know when it will also be closing. With regards to the question coming from Marinelle, how good are the chances of employment for those who are non-hospital based employees or those who are currently unemployed here in the Philippines? So what about that, Sir Nino?
Sure. Thank you for that question, Marinella. So, currently, with Visa Solutions Healthcare, we partnered with several hospitals here in the Philippines. We partnered with Metro Pacific Healthcare. If you're familiar with Cardinal Santos, if you're familiar with Makati Medical Center, if you're familiar with Maddox, or if you are in the province, like in Bacolod, we partnered with Davao Doctors. We partnered with Riverside as well. So if you're unemployed, you can send still your resume to me, and we can endorse you to them for you to be able to be currently working in a hospital and doing bedside. If you are non-hospital based employee, what I suggest is for you to step up your career in a hospital, because it is a requirement of our partner hospitals in the United States that you should be currently working in a hospital doing bedside work.
Thank you for answering that, Sir Nino, because there are also some nurses who are not currently employed. So
And
you have
nurse.
to think about that, guys, because most of the employers would want also that you are already confident when you are already in the bedside. Is actually for your license as well. Because in the USA, we have to be able to really take care of our license because this is like license is life. We gotta be
Yes.
able to work there without our active license, and we have to safeguard our license. And one of the things that we can do that in taking care of our license is to have confidence in the bedside that we can be able to do our tasks and as well as know how to do our things. So that's the reason that employers want you to have your employment experience because they want you to be able to really be able to take care of the patients there and as well as to take care of your license as well. That's for your own protection. And
Right.
yeah,
And I would like to add, Ms. Rachel, since majority of our U.S. Partner hospitals are big hospitals, of course, the rationale there is that they do not want the applicants to be culturally shocked in terms of the culture there in the United States. Remember, here in the Philippines, it's a different setting in the United States. Their equipment, their facilities, including how they do the patient care is different in the United States. So if you are not currently doing bedside work, you might be culturally shocked once you are there, just like what Ms. Rachel mentioned.
thank you, Sir Nino, for pointing that out. Let me share to you some of just a very quick run through of the services that we have in IPAS. We now have our PNL review program, which will be in a hybrid setup starting July. That will be administered or provided to you by our PNL educators in Manila. So we have currently our online setup, but in July we'll have our hybrid setup. If the candidate wants to have the face-to-face session, then it can be done. So these are the services that we can provide to you for the USA services. And then the Australia services, we can also assist you on that. Canada, we can assist you as well. Middle East, we can provide you assistance. New Zealand, we also have that service. UK, we can assist you if ever that you need. And if you want to go to Ireland, we can also assist you. And we have also like a roadmap to NCLEX. This is our review book. You will discount the subscription if ever that you already need to have that as part of your preparation for your QBank. And then the English language proficiency review by 9.09er. We're also in partnership with the Michigan English Test, so with TOEIC. So just go to inquire to us so that we can also endorse you to 9.09er if ever that you are choosing a different type of English language proficiency examination. may it be PTE, TOEIC, Michigan English Test, IELTS, OET, TOEFL. So these, you have a lot of options that you can also choose from. Let me share with you a very quickly the program that we have in IPAS review program. So if ever that, say for example, you are already a scholar of Visa Solutions Healthcare, so you will be endorsed to us. You just inform Visa Solutions Healthcare that you want to be part of IPAS review program through their scholarship program for the next generation NCLEX. And you will have our portal. So in our portal, I actually have provided the link for your 5 days free trial through our portal, wherein you can experience our next generation NCLEX. So in our portal, you'll be able to see all of the topics that you will have for your discussions in preparation for your next generation NCLEX. We also have our Cuba. You will have your coaching sessions. You will have your practice test. You will have your assessment test. We have our initial assessment, midterm, final, mock assessments, and we also do tracking with regards to your performance, maybe assessment, practice questions, completions on your review program. So please feel free to register for our class, for our, not with the class, but with the next generation NCLEX review portal, so that you can experience what you can get through the review program of IPAS. Last year, we're able to have, I think, more than 1,400 of next generation NCLEX passers, and you can actually see those passers who already made it in their USA, Australia, Canada through IPAS processing, and as well as IPAS online review and mentoring academies Facebook page. You can also check their review via our Google. You can Google IPAS Processing Manila, IPAS Processing Cebu, IPAS Processing Davao, IPAS Processing Baguio, so that you can be able to see the feedback of our students. So if ever that you are interested of getting started, whatever service that you want to get through IPAS, feel free to reach out to us through our social media platform, so that we can provide you. Probably we have ongoing promo that we have right now. So please check with us so you can avail the existing promos and discounts that we can share to you. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much for attending our updates today, and we look forward to see you on the next updates that we will be having here in IPAS Processing. I'd like to thank Sir Nino Columna and Jam Gallardo coming from 9.09er and VSH Solutions. Thank you so much for your time, and to all our attendees, thank you very much. And we hope that you already get started on your plans. Whatever it is, wherever it is, we are here to guide you and to provide you assistance on your career advancement moving forward. So hopefully you will already be able to decide as to when to get started. One thing that I'd like you to remember, that this long-term plan, we say long-term plan, it can happen probably 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And there can be sacrifices that we have to do when accomplishing these long-term plans. What I want you to remember is you have to focus on your goal, so that we can be able to know and break it down. What are the necessary steps that I should be doing so that I can be able to accomplish my plans? So we hope that you keep that discipline and focus as well, and your commitment, because the ones that you're going to do now will determine your future. If you are not going to plan ahead, we will not be able to accomplish anything. If we fail to plan, so things might not happen according to our plan, although there are some uncontrollable things. But so long as we are doing the baby steps, so we are going to expect that something good will be accomplished in the future. And we hope that you continue that commitment and dedication with regards to the plans that you have set, not only for yourself, but definitely this is for the betterment of your family and for your family's future. So thank you everyone for your time, and we look forward to seeing you on our next event. So please stay updated through our social media platforms in IPAS processing, and also please follow our partners on social media platforms so you will also be updated with their events.